says 315 area code. You can text and I'll if you wanna come in, just text and say you would like to come in and I'll bring you in. 315 area code, Elder. Shalom, elders, and good evening. Part of Esau's tactics is becoming other people or other identities. So far, the people who don't know who is Esau, please identify if Esau is all white people of every nation. Only the influential people in the world who run the world. Can any black people, non-Israelites, also be in the bloodline of Esau? Okay. When we talk about Esau, we're speaking of, in particular, the elite families. Okay? Like your English, your current English nobility, the bloodline they keep protected within themselves. People like the Rothschilds, who are Edomites. People like the Rockefellers, who are Edomites. They will become Italian. That's part of what they do. So we're talking about certain factions. Okay? The question is, can a person of color, like a black person, be an Edomite? Well, it depends. If they're, just say on their father's side, their father had a white man or full-blooded Edomite as the grandfather. Well, through that bloodline, that would be an Edomite bloodline. But again, the Bible says that we are not to strive in genealogy. What does that mean? Who's to say that grandfather we thought was white didn't have a black grandfather? See that? So under those instances, we don't strive in genealogy, because when Christ comes, Matthew 25, he's going to divide the nations from the nations. Okay? Now, your Bidens. Now understand, Biden have a long history in being against our people through civil rights. Okay? The 1993-94 crime bill. Even before that, he was a segregationalist. So those families that were segregated were Edomites. We understood who they were, and they understood who we were. They stayed on their side of the tracks. We stayed on our side of the tracks. Integration. We lost everything. They lost nothing through integration. They were able to gain a whole market of our people that beforehand they had no access to. That was a whole market. We are the consumers. So imagine how much wealth we were circulating amongst ourselves before integration. See? So it wasn't integration, it was infiltration. We allowed their nut job witches and warlocks to come in our schools and become teachers. Okay? And instead of black excellence, our IQ started going down when they started targeting us with the pharmaceuticals and others, as well as bringing in people who are against us. Racist Democrats. We were infiltrated and integrated with the devil. The Democrats were the ones always used against us in slavery. And I'm not saying the Republicans are any better. What I'm saying is, at least the Republicans are what they say they are. See, and that's what they let the Democrats do their dirty work. See? At least Republicans are what they say they are. Trump say he's going to do something. Guess what? He's doing it. Listen, give me that person all day long. Same thing with the Bushes. Everything, they said they wanted to go to war. They went to war. But then they give us who? Obama. Marxist and socialist. You know how many people died under Marxism? Millions. And they aimed that party, that Marxist. I'm going to be here for another 20, 30 minutes. Calling you in now, 323. All right. Yes, 404 area code. How can I help you?
Hey, Elder.
Do me a favor. I'll call you right back. Someone was before you, so I'll call you right back.
All righty.
All right. Three, 5, 1. 1 second. 5, 1, 4, 8, 9, 5, 6. All right, I'm calling you in now. 323 area code. Yes, 323 area code. How can I help you? You got a lot of noise in your background there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just got a quick question.
Okay, well your phone, you're gonna have to do something about the sound because I can't hear you that well.
Okay, hold on. Okay, is this better?
Yeah, this is better. Blessings. How are you?
I'm fine. I just had a question because I just saw like a video that was really disturbing to me. It infuriated me and it made me really angry.
Okay.
And I wouldn't doubt if it was true.
Well, let's do it. Let's do what we do here. Let me have your name and where you're from.
Okay, my name is Shamika.
Okay, how you doing? You said Shanika?
Shamika.
Shamika, where you from, Shamika?
I go to Southern California, GLCC.
Okay, blessings. You're a part of the body. Okay, you said you seen a video that infuriated you. What happened? What's in the video?
Well, it was this guy, it was this black guy, and he was just talking, and he said he spoke with a nurse, and the nurse told him that she was giving Depo-Provera shots to little black boys. I don't know if that's true or not, but I wouldn't doubt it.
And somebody told you that, and you seen a video about that?
No, I saw a video. This man said a nurse told him that she was giving the Depo-Provera shots to the little black boys.
Oh,
those
man.
Birth control shots. So I just really hope that's not true, but it was really disturbing for me.
Well, then it comes down to whether or not, I mean, it falls on the parents, right?
Yes.
It falls on the parents. And that's why the Bible states, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. I mean, you have to think about some of this transition medicine that the Democrats are trying to approve and all of that. Transitioning and different hormone shots and all that. But it's the parents that's in agreement with this stuff.
But I don't think the parents are aware of it, though. That's what I don't think the parents know.
Okay, so how, you mean it's happening at school while the children are at school?
No, like when the children are born. Like they're going behind their backs. Like, you know, if they get the baby alone, you know what I mean? They're giving the baby these shots.
Well, it's alleged. I can't say whether or not it's true, but it comes down to we have a strict policy with our church knowing what's going on in the earth right now. That if someone is in the hospital in the care of a hospital, they're not to be alone at all.
Right.
Even if we have to assist the person in shifts, we have people who come together who's not working, and they'll do shifts to make sure that person leave that hospital unassailed. The other thing we got is when our babies are born, they're not to leave the mother at any time for any reason. Now, sometimes what happens after a woman have birth, they're under some type of medication that makes them very, very dizzy and nauseated, tired.
Right.
And see, when that comes into play, the father must be there in shifts to make sure that the baby is protected at all times, because they'll have the woman sign something knowing that her mind isn't right under all these drugs. Right? So then listen, you have to be on your pins and needles and your P's and Q's until you leave the hospital unassailed. All right, and it takes an effort. It takes a community for that. Now, unfortunate for our people, there's not much community left, and we trust these people that that's in care for our children, not knowing these people's true intentions. And again, some of these people may not be they're not like this demon you were talking about, but some of these people go to the hospital, go to school, and they believe what they're doing is helping.
Yeah.
That's what they're taught. So it's not, primarily their fault. It comes down to us being well informed and making a decision for our own people, regardless of what these people have been taught. Okay, you're doing your job, but guess what? These are my people. This is my child. Okay? So regardless of your job, you'll be here tomorrow doing this to somebody else. All right? So I got nothing to do with that. Knock yourself out. But it ain't going to go down with this baby.
Right.
But you have to do it in a way, again, that's respectful. Because they got CPS on speed dial. They got 911. They got all of these particular, organizations that are there to assault you.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you, some of these nurses, Lord have mercy. That's a whole nother conversation on some of the people they're hiring. But thank you. And just that, brothers and sisters, you're out there. Hey, get in front of things when it comes to your family. Okay. Don't allow the system to dictate what happens to your family, because at the end, your child jacked up. They'll give you your child and they'll forget your child ever existed. Right? So, thank you.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom. It's alleged, but who knows?
Don't take vaccines. Don't trust the outcasts.
445-888-2759. If you're going to come in now if you have something to say on this. But again, for those,
Don't take no vaccines, no pharmaceuticals. It's a genocide.
who don't know, old Donald Trump isn't playing. He isn't playing. He said, I got something for y'all Democrats. The House Republicans resurrect Save America Act by adding it to the spending bill. So if y'all don't sign the bill, you get no money for your state. And check out, this is how you know these Democrats are underhanded. They are fighting for people to vote who don't have any documentation, any citizenship. You can't be a citizen of America and affect the politics in Canada or another country. That's crazy. But a Canadian can come here without ID and vote. Insane. Then they try, and guess what? It's an insult to us when they try to claim that this is Jim Crow, that this is this taking us back to Jim. What are you talking about? Black people in America have identification. How do you think people get loans? How do you think people drive cars? Try to make it seem like it's our problem. And say the helpless black people don't have identification. What world do they think we're living in? I'm gonna tell you, these demonuts be insulting our intelligence. Just tell the truth. That you need people who are not citizens to vote so that you'll have a voting block. And guess what? Democrats to keep them in office. So guess what? Listen, this is the right thing to do. If you don't have identification, you're not supposed to be voting. They're bringing these people in boatloads from these different countries, Asia and all of that. And these are the people allegedly who are filling out mail-in ballots to undermine the electoral process, take the money to all these other people to spite Judah here in America. So he says, listen, if you don't sign this bill, which means you must have that lets you know these Democrats, these demo nuts, folks. These people are crazy. Let me tell you, these mail-in ballots and all this stuff. Who do you think was moving these mail-in ballots around? It was the people they have anything to do with this country. Republicans Resurrect Save America Act by adding it to the Democrats isn't going to take this sitting down. So they're going to try to stoke civil unrest. You best believe they're going to, all types of false flags and all of that is going to come up because when people lose power, they get desperate. So get ready for some more false flags and all of that to destabilize America. Okay. Now, yeah, okay. He said, if y'all don't address Elder for mail-in ballots, there was no house there. It was under a bridge. Right? It was under a bridge. Nothing was there. But someone sent in a mail-in ballot from there. Listen, I believe if they had to actually depend on regular voters, that these people would never get voted in. Like, I mean, think about what they're pushing. Like somebody tell me, what is the policies of the Democrats? Somebody tell me what are some of their policies? You can't even tell us, can you? What is the policy for Democrats, folks? Trans rights? LGBTQ? Transitioning children? Can someone tell us what are the policies for the Democrats' constituencies? Anybody? Oh, the right to get rid of your children. In a climate where Esau is saying that their population, is dwindling. I mean, yeah. Taking away your right to protect yourself. Letting in all these people from other countries where our sisters are coming up missing, folks, in suitcases and all that, literally being found in suitcases. Letting nut jobs over here from other countries that are out of their minds, where organ trafficking is a part of their society because we were the laborers. $20 a week where they live was their money. They can come over here and drive down the wages. So now people sitting around with all these degrees and no jobs. Why? Because it is driven down the labor market. Corporations deal with profit. There's no profit if you have to pay these what? This is what they think, these entitled Americans. Okay, we want our dental care. We worked for it. Our people served slavery. We want our dental care. We want our insurances. We want our disability. We want all the things our tax money pays for. And the corporations are looking at that and saying, well, hold up. I can get someone to come over here and do the same job and don't have to give them anything. I don't have to even give them security. If they get out of pocket, 300. All right, that's how it works. And now our people are suffering and can't even take care of themselves and all of that because why? It's too antiquated. It's too many people and not enough jobs. This is the way the demo nuts wanted it. Okay, to cobble together a voting base. Who else we have here? And think about this, folks. And I'm going to put it out there as far as history, since I was throwing out a little history earlier today, tonight. You know, our people throughout history were and are predominantly conservative. We have always been conservative. What's conservative? That doesn't have anything to do with being a part of a political party. We grew up religious people, family values. Our core belief is in God, which made us conservative. We were never Democrats. Democrats were always known. Democrat is the KKK. Democrats were the people who fought to keep slavery intact. We didn't vote Democrat because we believed in the Democrat ideology. We vote Democrat because there was a president who was willing to sign the Civil Rights Act that was Democrat. It's not that we ever believed in Democrat demoralization. They were always the watchdogs for our people. They were always the taskmasters. Listen, this is the right thing to do. If you don't have identification, you're not supposed to be voting. They're bringing these people in boatloads from these different countries, Asia and all of that. And these are the people allegedly who are filling out mail-in ballots to undermine the electoral process, which is destroying our people in the community, folks. And when they're in office, they allocate the money to all these other people to spite Judah here in America. So he says, listen, if you don't sign this bill, which means you must have that lets you know these demo nuts, folks. These people are crazy. Let me tell you, these mail-in ballots and all this stuff. Who do you think was moving these mail-in ballots around? It was the people they let over the borders. This was a corporate plan to make sure that people from other countries would work in certain industries within the United States because what? The parent country was from overseas. So they sent in their own employees to work for less money. And then have them what? Affect the electoral process when none of these people have anything to do with this country. Now, guess what? The Democrats isn't going to take this sitting down. So they're going to try to stoke civil unrest. You best believe they're going to, all types of false flags and all of that is going to come up because when people lose power, they get desperate. So get ready for some more false flags and all of that to destabilize America. Okay. They sit there, folks, and lie in our face talking about black people don't have any ID to vote. What do you? How much we get pulled over? We better have ID. Yeah, okay. He said, if y'all don't sign this bill, and you know what? They need to trash all mail-in ballots going forward. They went to one address, Elder, for mail-in ballots. There was no house there. It was under a bridge. Right? They went to the address where the house was on the other side. And if you were to see the address where they claimed the house was, it was under a bridge. Nothing was there. But someone sent in a mail-in ballot from there. Listen, I believe if they had to actually depend on regular voters, that these people would never get voted in. Like, I mean, think about what they're pushing. Like somebody tell me, what is the policies of the Democrats? Somebody tell me what are some of their policies? You can't even tell us, can you? What is the policy for Democrats, folks? Trans rights? LGBTQ? Transitioning children? Can someone tell us what are the policies for the Democrats' constituencies? Anybody? Oh, the right to get rid of your children. In a climate where Esau is saying that their population, is dwindling. I mean, if taking away your right to protect yourself, letting in all these people from other countries where our sisters are coming up missing, folks, in suitcases and all that, literally being found in suitcases, letting nut jobs over here from other countries that are out of their minds, where organ trafficking is a part of their society. Someone says education and labor promotes increasing the federal minimum wage, strengthening labor unions, and expanding access to affordable higher education and early childhood programs. Oh, that all sounds good, but if you bring in cheap labor from other countries, that does what? That drives down the wages. At one point, we had labor as leverage here in America because we were the laborers. You don't do what's right by us, then the whole America shuts down. They had to pay us fair wages. But not now. If you bring people from over country who's used to getting 32 cents a day or whatever the case, or 32 cents an hour, $20 a week where they live was their money, they can come over here and drive down the wages. So now people sitting around with all these degrees and no jobs.
Yup, a scam. Zen and Democrats. Which both sides, they're both satanic acting. But why would you ever vote Democrat for? It's blatant anti-God and satanic. Fucking abortions and more murder. More or less sacrifices to Satan. Trans and gay rights, it's all satanic. Right? When they lie, talking about, oh, black people vote Democrat. Freaking, you get more money, more. You're voting for Satanists. They're all compromised. There's nobody good. Good people die or they sell out. So you're voting for a bunch of child sacrificing Bohemian Grove Satanists, Freemason Satanists. They're lying. If they're trying to kill you, why would they tell you the truth about more benefits? Died voting. No different from the fucking Jim Jones, black people, Israelites that followed him, believed him. No different. We died reading the damn Bible. Why the fuck are you talking about dying voting? Why would we vote for a satanic system that enslaved us and colonized us? Doesn't make sense. Died voting. Well, they were fools then. Shit, we was dying reading the Bible. So, wake up.
Why? Because it is driven down the labor market. Corporations deal with
Died reading the
profit. There's no profit. This is what they think. These entitled Americans. Okay? We want our dental care. We worked for it. Our people served slavery. We want our dental care. We want our insurances. We want our disability. We want all the things our tax money pays for. And the corporations are looking at that and saying, well, hold up. I can get someone to come over here and do the same job and don't have to give them anything. I don't have to even give them security. If they get out of pocket, I can send them back home and there'll be 300 to 400 people in line to take their place. All right, that's how it works. And now our people are suffering and can't even take care of themselves and all of that because why? It's too antiquated. It's too many people and not enough jobs. This is the way the demo nuts wanted it. Okay? To cobble together a voting base. Who else we have here? And think about this, folks. And I'm going to put it out there as far as history, since I was throwing out a little history earlier tonight. You know, our people throughout history were and are predominantly conservative. We have always been conservative. What's conservative? That doesn't have anything to do with being a part of a political party.
No shit, because the Bible talks about abortion being murder. Gay and trans is satanic. It's pretty simple. That's obvious. It's just we're psychologically programmed nowadays. People don't do no research. Malcolm X and Martin Luther King wasn't even voting or Republican or Democrat or nothing. Like, we're fully programmed. All right?
We grew up religious people, family values. Our core belief is in God, which made us conservative.
Democrats are anti the Bible and Christ, but both sides are satanic at the top. So we're voting for Christ. We won't vote for the satanic for Satanists. But if you're voting Democrat, you're just telling everybody how satanic you are, really. That's all it really is.
were never Democrats. Democrats were always known throughout history as the progressives. Okay? They're working contrary to conservatism. We didn't vote Democrat because we believed in Democrat values. Democrat is the KKK. Democrats were the people who fought to keep slavery intact. We didn't vote Democrat because we believed in the Democrat ideology. We vote Democrat because there was a president who was willing to sign the Civil Rights Act that was Democrat. It's not that we ever believed in Democrat demoralization.
Democrat believing that we're actually getting more benefits than money voting Democrat. They don't even care how Graham, Gothic Satanists, they don't care because supposedly they're getting more money. That's a lie. They're just programming you. They wave some money in your face and you're going to vote for a bunch of Satanists. And it's all a lie. You ain't getting no more money. They slide the bars for all the statistics. Those are lies. They've been lying. The Bible says they're the forger of lies. So we're compromising that. We don't care about nothing but that money. We'll sit right next to a Satanist if they tell us we're gonna get more money and they change the statistics on purpose and we believe their fucking lies. It's crazy.
They were always the watchdogs for our people. They were always the taskmasters and destroyers of values. So this is how you destroy your people. So the Republicans or the system, it's really a one-party system. But they use the Democrats to do all the dirty work. Okay? What's going on? They're multiplying too much. Okay, send the Dems in. And their sons are turned out in dresses. See? We don't got to fight against them. We'll turn them early. Okay, they'll be jumping rope before you know it. Okay? They'll be painting their fingernails in their toes. Send the Dems in. All right? Anytime they want to disturb our people, they send the Dems in. Okay? That's the plan. Okay, let me bring you in. 404, let me bring you in. Last call for tonight. $404, you called earlier. Let me bring you in.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? This is Valerie.
Hey, Elder.
Blessings. You're the last call for tonight. Talk to us.
This is Sister Martial in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm so glad that you called me. Thank you, and Elder Lawyer. You guys, I want you to know everything you're saying is fantastic. I want people to be aware and warned that now that more and more people are learning that we are the true Israelites, they are going to try to kill us. They're using the vaccines. I'm in my 70s now. All day and all night, I'm getting calls. They're trying to get me to take, the doctors are trying to get me to take all kinds of strange medications that cause side effects, which of course I know, having studied with you guys. I've been with you guys since 2018. But I started keeping the Sabbath and the holy days. And this is my 47th year keeping the holy days.
Praise the Most High.
But I started with Herbert W. Armstrong back in the 80s, who taught that that we were spiritual Israelites, and that's why we needed to keep the holy days. But it wasn't until I came into GOCC in 2018 that I learned the truth that there's no such thing as a spiritual Israelite. Those people that got off those slave ships that came in through Africa, we are not Africans like you say. We came in through Africa. We are the true Israelites. And it's so important that those of us here in the United States especially come to understand the reason it's important for us to know who we are is because we are going through what we're going through for not obeying the laws of the Most High God, Yeshua, and Christ. We were never taught the truth about who we were. So right now, today, the Christians and all these other groups, they don't understand that that book, that Bible is for us. It's our history. This is our history. We are, because, and so I just want to thank you guys, everybody, to get into the academy, read that book, come to understand the significance of the holy days, the Sabbath. We need to keep it because it's about us. It's for us. Thank you so much.
And how old are you again?
I'm in my 70s now.
70 what? 70 what?
47th holy day.
70 what?
71. I turned 71 this year, and this will be my 47th Feast of Tabernacles. I'm going down to Georgia. I hope you guys will come visit us in Georgia. Brother Baruch, Bishop Baruch has been a wonderful teacher, and I tell you, people need to wake up, come to understand who we are, because until we do and start keeping the law, we will continue to suffer all these penalties that we've been suffering. People don't understand it's for a reason.
All praises be to the Most High, sister. It is good to hear it. It helps my heart to hear sisters, elder sisters, and brothers who call. I get calls all the time. How this information has freed them. That in their ripe old age, they finally have received the resolve to connect the dots that was missing in their lives.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I hear that all the time. And just like when I found out I was an Israelite,
yeah,
what I did was I'm like, you know what? I still got a lot of studying to do, but I knew we were different. When I found out I was an Israelite, everything came together. Now, I understand. There's no people running around just hating us because we're black.
No.
Okay, that was straight garbage. It don't have to do it. We got black people that they'll use to undermine and come and attack us. We got people of color. That's why we need to throw that term in the trash too. We got people of color that come in from India and Asia who lives under a caste system and will come straight here and look down on black people as if they're the bottom of their shoe. So they can scrap that black. Anytime somebody say black and brown, say, get out of my face. To me, black and brown is really, folks, when they say black or brown, that's a code word for usurper.
Right. You tell it.
It's a code word for usurper. Take that black and brown. Take that black and brown and shove it where the sun don't shine.
That's right.
We're the children of Israel. I need to know what nation you're from, and you need to tell me what God you serve.
That's right.
That's what we want to know. And that lets me know, then that's the beginning of the conversation, and I'm still not going to trust you. Let me go there first. I don't know you. You're going to have to work your way into me trusting you. But at the gate, I need to know, what are you in my face for? Okay, because
telling you, we're in a spiritual warfare here. The more people find out the truth, the more dangerous it's going to be for us, because they're going to try to kill us.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill us.
Another
They're gonna
thing.
try.
Another thing. You have to realize, and I'm going over that I'm deal with that this Friday.
Okay.
One thing, I'm talking about Jewish rabbis, Orthodox Jewish rabbis, Jews who are in the know. They conversate with you on a need-to-know basis.
Right.
Which means they don't tell you anything unless they'll conversate on the level you are. And they'll never tell you who you are unless you know already. But once you tell them you know who you are,
The Edomites or something else, boy.
yeah,
They are something else. They're tricky.
They deal with you on a need-to-know basis. I'm going to go over some of their Talmud tenets this coming Sunday. But they'll tell you, but they'll deal with you on the level they can conversate with you on. If
That's
you
right.
don't know, it's against their law to tell you.
That's right.
It's against their law. If you don't know already, they can't tell you.
Right. Why would they? Because they know what it's going to lead to. They know what's going to happen once we all wake up and understand who we are and what we're supposed to be doing.
Yes.
And how we're supposed to be living.
But,
They're scared to death.
but they'll talk to you if you know, then only privately, not in front of people, because they must code switch if the public is listening.
That's true.
That's also in the Talmud. In the public, they have to have what? There's a script they use in the public at all times, and they'll never break rank from that script.
True.
But if they talk to you privately and they know they're not being listened to, they'll conversate with you and say, guess what? We've always known that.
I'm telling you.
And guess what?
Part of their deception.
And they're not going to give you no advice on what to do with the information for your people.
Why would they?
The only thing they'll do is agree with history that can't be disputed anyway. But they'll never give you advice on what to do with it for your people.
Never. They want to keep us in the dark, the way they always had us in the dark. All this, but we're waking up now.
Listen, in actuality, sister, it's not their responsibility.
No.
As far as they're concerned, their responsibility is for their people.
That's right.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Like any other race of people.
We got next out there. We're next. We're waking up
hey,
and we got next.
Sister, guess what? We right now.
That's right.
We're right now. I'm talking about next. Next is happening. Thank you, sister.
That's right. Thank you so much, Elder.
Thank you, sister. A very, very, very blessed phone call. I'm glad I called you back.
Thank you for calling me back, and have a blessed rest of the week.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, I know. I would like to be everywhere on Tabernacles, to tell you the truth. I was about to put my foot in my mouth right there. Like, maybe I can fly halfway through, but I'll be doing too much, and I have to, I'm not going to be able to get there. But if I put it out there, I'll have to do it. So, as soon as she said, you need to come through, I was about to say, yeah, I'll be there. But I can't do that no more. I spread myself too thin. Oh, yeah. I got a full download, right? This is nice, right? This is going to be sweet, what I got going on. This coming Friday. This is going to be sweet, right? I got a whole thing on the Talmud. I think I downloaded it. I got a whole thing on the Talmud this coming Sunday. And folks, this particular document I have, it's from, it was cited into government record. It's from, there was a court case where someone was citing the Talmud and bringing one of their people to task based on the beliefs in the Talmud of how they're using these to undermine the laws and the citizenry of the United States. And it was written, it was written in law. Like there's two sets of rules these people, some of these people are playing with. And he brought the Talmud and it was typed in. Bringing that this coming Friday. We're going to talk about that. This coming Friday, if it be the Most High's will. Where did I download that thing to? I'll find it. I will find it. Let me see. I'll show it Friday, but I have it. I'll show it Friday. All right. With that, there's racial relations going on. You got people marching and everything else. Well, we're coming into the midterms where they're going to attempt to what? They're going to attempt to get people emotionally involved into the political process based on racial tension. Do not budge. Don't go out and march. Don't go out and do anything. Okay? Every time we're near an election or midterm, you hear about these cherry-picked stories. That's right, that the news chooses to do what? To spike tensions based on race, but it have to be a black-white narrative. If it's two black people under the same circumstance, there's no news at all. If it's two white people under the same circumstance, it's not promoted or hyper-signaled through the media. Anytime the media is up on something, black or white charged, is to galvanize our political process. All right? We are not. That's it. It's always going to be an unjust society under Esau because he's small among the nations. So he must do certain things to level the playing field because he don't have the numbers. He'll always be unjust. He was always unjust. All right? And guess what? It's not going to change until Christ returns. But if you go out there and engage Esau and get sucked into their political mess in public, you will get swallowed up. Okay? Again, we don't have to march under any scenario when we can fix what's need to be done before a march is necessary. Hence the reason this particular broadcast brought forth what we needed to talk about tonight when it comes to racial tensions. Save yourself. Come back to the Almighty and do not what? Do not get sucked in politically because either side will chew you up and spit you out. Stay in Christ's hands and keep him as your hedge. And don't go out there. We could have grabbed men from all over the churches. We got thousands upon thousands of men. We could be marching, but it ain't no time for that. Christ is leading his army. And when he returns, that will be the march of all marches. Okay? Thank you, Elder Lawyer, for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'll see you in the academy this Sunday. Go to historytimes.org as we expose the harlot of Babylon. With that, may the Most High be with us. Stay prayed up, sin not. We will soon see Israel. And yes, we are the children of Israel, and we are back. And yeah, I'm going to play this real quick before we go out. Someday. They refuse to let us go. They refuse to let us go. Children of God, so much pain. Children of God. We've searched high, we searched low. I pray you'll send your rain. He gonna rain fire. Lion of Judah, will you stand? Judah, stand up, and be a part of God's plan. They will have to let us go. You have to let us go. Our God will plague this land. It's coming. They will have to let us go. I pray someday. One day. The Arabs and Africans told us at gunpoint. Together our wives and children then sold us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shalom.
Christ. That's in the beginning. Okay, the fallen angel believed that never really happened. This earth today, the earth would eventually be released from hell, and through that, teach the government certain technology, so that they can join together and fight against the coming of Christ. So that's what the New World Order is really about. It's not really about having everyone under one system. That's just a result of them building the one world order. But the one world order is an actual agenda to fight against the coming of Christ. That's what the New World Order is. To have all people in one mind under Lucifer, to continue with his agenda. And let's get his agenda, then I'm going to show you that the kings of the earth are now released from the Middle East. And when those kings were released from out of hell, they became leaders over all the governments of the earth today. So this is what's going on, brothers and sisters. There's demons and fallen angels as top kings over every nation outside of Israel. Again, fallen angels and demons are the kings of every nation. Their order is to get all their people in one worship, one understanding under their real God, Lucifer, to fight against Christ. Why? Because, brothers and sisters, keep in mind, I'm an Israelite. My God don't exist as a king on this earth. So we are without a king physically on this earth. But the nations have their kings. Who do you think are giving them their technology, their ingenuity, their understanding of how to rule? They're not just going to school learning this. It's their fathers, their leaders are giving them their power and technology and rule. Being that we are the children of Israel scattered amongst them, we are a threat to their existence. They understand the prophecies concerning us. And all their weaponry that they create is to uphold the nations that have enslaved us and to destroy us before the coming of Christ. We have no God or no physical leader in this earth. We have no elected official that represents us in this earth. Let's get it real quick. Let's get the one where it says, no God, we weren't appointed a God in this earth.
This is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha,
We're in the Apocrypha,
chapter 17, verse 17.
17 and 17. This is actually a part of the regular King James Version Bible. Okay? Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 17, verse 17.
Go ahead.
For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people.
So the Most High set a ruler over every people. Read.
But Israel is the Lord's portion.
But we belong to the Most High. There's no ruler over us. You're going to find out the ruler that was set over every nation is a God. That's why all these nations have idols which is a physical representation of the God they serve, the ruler of that particular nation. Let's go to Psalms 82 real quick. Psalms 82 and 1. See, and this is why Christ told the Pharisees and scribes, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. You were a murderer from the beginning, because Cain followed Satan. That was his ruler. They tell you that in Genesis, the 4th chapter. So by the time Christ came on the scene, the Sanhedrin was infiltrated. And the Gentile, which you would call the Idumean princes of Edom, had a position as Jews. But they were serving their God, Lucifer, Satan. Let's get it. Psalms 82 to show you from the beginning of creation. Before there was an earth, the Most High did an appointment. Read.
Psalms 82, verse 1.
Go ahead. The Most High stand in the congregation of the mighty. Read.
He judgeth among the gods.
He judgeth among the what?
He judgeth among the gods.
Now, mind you, there's gods amongst the Most High. But he didn't appoint a ruler over us. He himself ruled us. And he sent it. He judgeth among the gods. Plural. So there's gods, angels. Read.
How long will ye unjustly, and Slack, verse 2. How long will ye unjustly and accept, how long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked?
How long will you judge unjustly? At one point, the majority of people thought that it was speaking of Israel. And it was actually speaking of angels, gods, that were operating unrighteously outside of the order the Most High gave them. Let me show you. Read.
And accept the persons of the wicked. Salah. Defend the poor and fatherless.
The angels were supposed to do what?
Defend the poor and fatherless.
Defend the poor and fatherless.
Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not. neither will they understand.
They know not, neither will they understand. Read.
They walk on in darkness.
They walk on in darkness.
All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Read.
Verse 6.
When it says they walk in darkness, the angels that came to this earth